Welcome to Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens game. Game day news, game preview, and the Guess the Score contest. Come join the chat and let's talk hockey. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. It is game day, but it's also trade deadline day. Trade deadline finished at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and there were a number of deals. Montreal did pretty good today. Probably the best trade deadline day in a long time. Let's put it that way. A really long time. Yeah, Montreal did well. Wasn't an overly busy afternoon. There were supposed to be, I know when it ended, I heard there were 33 deals in the pipeline waiting to get cleared, and I haven't seen them. So I don't know what happened with that. But Montreal did really well. They moved okay, let me get over here where I have while I do this. So Artturi Lehkonen, thank you very much for your years here. Artturi Lehkonen is now a member of the Colorado Avalanche. In return, Montreal got a really good player back prospect in Justin Barron, a defenseman, and they also got a draft pick there. I think it's a really good return for Lehkonen, and let me go take a look, and just so I can say who it is, I didn't write it down all. No, not there. There. Yes, 2024 second-round pick. And Justin Barron. Justin Barron looks like a really solid prospect. A guy that could be here maybe next year even. I actually kind of think he will be. So that was a good deal there. They sent Andrew Hammond, the Hamburglar, to New Jersey for a center, Nate Schnarr. From what I can tell, maybe like a bit of a project. I don't know a ton about him yet. But still, they got something for Andrew Hammond. Did they get a draft pick? They might have got a draft pick there too. I wanted to just see. No, straight up for Nate Schnarr. They also sent. Well, let me get over here. Thank you, Andrew Hammond, for your 3 games, 3 wins. I think he did a great job while he was here for what they needed him for, and they gave him an opportunity over there in New Jersey. So good job and good luck over there. They also traded another defenseman or a defenseman, and they traded. I don't have the Canadiens saying thank you, but Brett Kulak has gone to Edmonton for a second-round pick, I think, in 2023, and a defenseman, a Swedish defenseman, William Lagesson, who is 25. By the way, Justin Barron is only 20. He's young. So William Lagesson, who it seems like a pretty good return from what I can tell, plus the second-round pick. I mean, you got a prospect and a pick for Kulak. I think that's a pretty damn good return. I don't know a ton about Lagesson yet as well, so I apologize for that. Overall, though, I mean, I think Montreal did pretty good. If you're wondering who's going to take Kulak's place in the lineup tonight, the news is that David Savard is back in the lineup tonight. That is from the mouth of Kent Hughes at his press conference after the trade deadline today. What do I have here? There was something I was going to do. Sorry, replace Kulak in the line. Oh, yeah, here's the list of the of everything. Okay, so this is since Toffoli. So he was sent out Tyler Toffoli, Ben Sherratt, Artturi Lehkonen, and Brett Kulak, and Andrew Hammond. And in return, they got back a first-round pick in 2022, a first-round pick in 2023, a second-round pick in 2023, and a second-round pick in 2024. It might be conditional, that one, but it says 2024. A fourth-round pick in 2022, a fifth-round pick in 2023, Justin Barron, Emil Heineman, Ty Smilanic, William Lagesson, and Schnarr. What's his name now? Nate Schnarr. Not too bad, right? I mean, if you're rebuilding and whatever you're doing, look at all those prospects and futures and all that stuff right there. 4 players sent out. So I think they did a pretty damn good job. Sad to see these guys go, yes. As far as Lecky and Kulak, definitely. I like Kulak. I like Lecky a lot. I like them both a lot. But that's what happens, right? And it's business, and it's what happens in a rebuild. So not much we can do about that part of it. But I think we're getting set up really nicely for a good team. I don't know. I'm smiling and I'm happy because, it's really good to see this team finally being built kind of properly, right? And it's going to be good stuff coming down the pipeline. All right. Let's see who's here. Hang on. Go back up to the top. Ooh, lots of comments. Daryl Adams. Oh, I forgot. Okay. I don't have a ton of game day news except what's about happened today with the deadline. I have game preview, and I have we have the guess the score contest, guess the score of the game, and the first goal scorer of the game, and you could win $10 into your bank account directly by Interact. Daryl Adams, 5-3 Habs. Suzuki with the first one. Rick, Habs did pretty good with players they traded. I think so, as I just said. Julie, hey Julie, 4-2 Habs Suzuki. Kenny B, 4-3 Habs Caulfield. Harry Rice. Hey, everybody. God damn, what a good deadline for the Canadiens. Yeah, it was. It really was. Harry also says, I'm going to miss Lehkonen and Kulak, but I love the returns, no doubt. The 33 trades things is referring to the amount of trades that did happen. Only 5-6 are in the queue, actually. Oh, I saw someone put 33 trades in the queue. That makes a lot more sense because nothing's updated since 4:45, something like 4 o'clock, 4:01, something like that. Nothing's updated for a long time, so that's why I said what I said. Hey, Bob, Kent Hughes is better than Mark Bergevin, no doubt. I mean, in his first go at anything, what did I write here? I wrote something. Kent Hughes just wiped the floor with anything Bergie did in any trade deadline. That's if you ask me. So, yeah. Gabriel. And I'm not a Bergie hater, so it's not that. Grimes. Hey, Grimes. Mr. Grimes. They call me Mr. Grimes. Massive W's today. Barron will be fucking great. Yeah, no, I like this Barron pickup a lot. Jeff, GGR sent me a couple of Barron, with a hockey guy doing a profile on him and some highlights and stuff about him. And yeah, just like, yeah, really good stuff. A sandwich making me hungry again. Edmonton gave so much for Kulak. I was expecting a fourth. When you consider what we get, a second and a defenseman. The defensemen, they're about equal. Maybe Kulak, you might say, maybe, but he's a young guy, not making much money, so it helps on the cap. And they got the second round pick. So pretty damn good. Considering how they got Kulak, trade for 2 nobodies, didn't turn out anywhere, for Kulak, almost like for free, and then we got something for him. And, I mean, that's on Kulak being, I think, underrated. He'll help Edmonton. I don't know go where, though. I don't see Edmonton going very far. But Kulak is from Edmonton, so good on him. He's able to go home and play there for a little while, however long it lasts. I think that's good. Hockey fan guy, you didn't complete that, but yes, we're all going to miss Lecky, yes. I think we are. But Justin Barron's going to probably, I predict, probably going to make us forget a little bit about Lecky. Just a little bit, but Lecky will never be forgotten for that overtime goal against, I think it was Vegas, right? So, that was something. It'll live on forever here in Montreal, so he'll never be forgotten, but we got a good return. Habs and Oilers play tonight. Oh, do they? Okay. It'd be strange to say. Kulak won't be in the lineup there tonight. Neither of them will be in the lineup there tonight. I mean, they're barely going to be able to get there in time. So don't expect to see them for a game or 2 games, maybe 3. I mean, look at Sherratt. Sherratt's still here in Montreal. He's only going to join Florida because next game is Thursday against Florida. He's going to join them here in Montreal. Hey, Kenny B. Sad to see Lecky go, but Lehkonen would have wanted a lot of money, or more than you really want to pay a third or fourth liner. I think we needed another right-hand D, and Barron makes our D-core unbelievable right now. Potentially, right? Because he's not here yet, but yes. Great skater, apparently. And not his only good quality. But no, he's a puck-moving defenseman, got good wheels, and smart, and, you know, he just seems like a really, how do I want to put it? Wherever he was drafted, he probably would have gone higher, except for some health reasons, I think, or something like that. So I think we got ourselves a bit of a bargain there, like maybe a steal. He was apparently Colorado's number 1 defensive prospect right now. So they gave up a lot to get Lecky. So this is a serious prospect. Like Jeff Petrie before the drop-off, that's pretty good. Hockey fan guy, David Savard is playing today, as I announced. I did announce that. I thought Hoffman would go too. Byron, kind of, depending, but Hoffman I kind of thought would. Hey, Guru, how's it going, man? 5-2 Boston with Byron getting the first. Yes, McNiven went to Ottawa. Michael McNiven went to Ottawa for future considerations. Hey, bye. 5-3 Montreal, Caulfield. So, yeah, that's I laughed when I saw that. Good for Michael McNiven to probably might get an opportunity to play in Ottawa, maybe. Who knows? Bye, we do. We play against Sherratt. Should be his first game in Florida, and Florida's in town. So, boom! Bob Cannon in the room. Hey, Bob, how's it going? I thought that Weidman going to get traded sort of did too. There was no worries. Weidman, I don't think they re-sign him. So if he walks for nothing, it's not, that's not horrible. Armia, Petrie, maybe Galley. Yeah, those are kind of summertime, and Hoffman summertime deals because of the term on the contract. Remember, I think a reason you might not have seen as many deals this one because of the contracts, right? The cap. A lot of teams got cap issues, and I think we saw the result of that. Because I would have expected more deals. I'm getting better at it, I guess, Bob. Would have thought my voice would be gone by now. It's been a 3-hour live stream for the draft. I went on at 12 till 3. So yeah. And then I got this hour, all 45 minutes, and then 3 hours maybe tonight. Hopefully Matt should be in, and it's Boston. He'll take over definitely some of the talking, I hope. But you know me, hard to shut me up. So, hey Ryan, we got a haul for him. We got a really solid first prospect from that, plus a pick. Yeah, you can't really ask for much more. We got a good old Maritime boy, Nova Scotia kid, and Barron played for the Mooseheads, or is with the Mooseheads now. No, played for the Mooseheads. Yeah, I'm really, really high on that already. Like, this kid is not a lock, for sure lock, but he's pretty much a lock to be here in the next 2 years and make an impact. Pretty much from what I can see right now. When was the last trade deadline that we could be this excited about what happened? The returns, that we got back, and not just, oh, well, ho-hum. It's been a long time. Yeah, sandwich. And not only that, they're building, they got for 2023, they got for 2024, even starting to build there. And they got some 2022 stuff. So yeah, draft picks all over. Gordon's been known to try to trade up in the draft and to trade up. I wouldn't be surprised if they do with all of the picks that they've got. So we'll see. Let's see what they get in the draft lottery at that point. Then we'll find out if they're going to try to trade up. It's a breath of fresh air seeing what Kent Hughes has done. Having Chantal Maccabi sort of really change how they do the PR. We're getting a lot more exposure to what's going on from them. And just hearing him talk, he tells you what's on his mind. He doesn't really, if he can't talk about it, he says he can't talk about it. He doesn't talk circles around it. I like that about him. Hopefully that continues. So it's a bit of a breath of fresh air to have that. It's been a long time. Maybe never. Have we ever had like that kind of frankness or openness from our GM? I don't know. I don't think so. In a couple of minutes, I'll get to let me get to my preview since we've dropped off on comments. Let's get to the preview. That's what preview's for. All right. Hopefully nothing. I had to replace some things because they just delete them. I don't know. So I don't know if anything's missing now. Last I went over it, wasn't, and I haven't logged out. So let's hope. Game tonight, Boston in town to take on the Montreal Canadiens. Boston is 38, 19, and 5, 81 points, fourth in the Atlantic. And Montreal 17, 36, and 9, 43 points, eighth in the Atlantic. I think that's where I go. Anyway, I'm going to do this order. How to watch this game. Start time 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. In Canada, on Sportsnet in English. So national, I guess. In the U.S., NHL Network. In the Canadiens region, RDS in French. In the Boston region, NESN. Streaming ESPN Plus, NHL Live, RDS Direct, Sportsnet Now, Sports Surge, and NHL 66. And if you were wondering why the last two I mentioned aren't listed there, just use your imagination. You'll know why. Last 10 record for Boston, 7-2-1 on a one-game win streak. Montreal, 5-3-2 on a one-game win streak. Season series. So November 14th, in Boston, Boston beat us 5-2. And on January 12th in Boston beat us 5-1. And we will play them again after tonight, April 24th, which is very close to the last game, second or third to last game of the season. I'm going to change things up and go with lineups. Montreal's lineup. I took out Lehkonen. I took out Kulak. I took out Hammond on the injured list. Okay, so we got Suzuki in between Caulfield, Anderson, no change. Pitlick, Hoffman, and Drouin as his line mates. No change, I guess, except for that Gallagher is out. So I imagine there is a change there. Anyway, second line, Dvorak, Byron, and I don't know who, and maybe the second line could get changed up a little bit. Third line, Evans, Armia, and Pezzetta. Edmondson with Petrie. I imagine that doesn't change. I kind of think if Savard's back, he's probably back on second line with Romanov or Weidman, and then it would be Romanov and Sheneman, or it's Sheneman and Weidman as listed there. Allen starting, Monty backing him up. Dauphin is scratched, and everybody else. Gallagher's listed and differently now. Non-COVID-19 illness. Don't know what that means, but that's how he's listed, and everybody else out. Savard says ankle. He's injured. Supposed to be in the lineup today, as per the GM. Bruins, Studnicka in between Marchand and DeBrusk. DeBrusk got extended today. Haula in between Hall and Pasternak. Coyle in between Frederick and Smith. Nozek in between Foligno, however you want to pronounce it, and Lazar. Mike Riley and McAvoy, first pair. Grzelczyk, however, I don't know. Whatever you want to say for his name. Grrr. And Carlo as a second pair. Forbert and Clifton, third pair. Swayman in nets. Allmark backing them up. Bergeron out with an arm injury as per this list. Hampus Lindholm scratched right now. He will make the lineup, I think, on Thursday, they said. So he's not here against us. Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage, 46.3 for Montreal, 25th. 54.2% for Boston, 5th. Goals per game, 2.52 for Montreal, 32nd. 3 even for Boston, 17th. Goals against per game, 3.77 for Montreal, 32nd. 2.66 for Boston, 5th. Power play percentage, 13.9% for Montreal, coming up a little bit, 30th. 24.7% for Boston, 5th. That's a good power play. PK percentage, 74% for Montreal, 29th. I think also coming up a little bit. 81.7% for Boston, 10th. Head-to-head record this season, 0-2-0 is Montreal's record. 2-0-0 is Boston's. Shots on goal, it's always inverted. Shots allowed per game for Boston is 29. For Montreal, 33.7. Shots on goal per game, 35.4 for Boston, 29.8 for Montreal. Face-offs. Boston, 53.4%, 4th in the league. 48.2% for Montreal, 23rd. Goalies tonight. Swayman, 17-8-3. 209 goals against and a 925 save percentage, 3 shutouts. I have Swayman on my fantasy team. I have Allen on my fantasy team. Allen's making the other start. 16-3. 309 goals against, 903 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. I said I don't want a win and a loss. Who do I think is going to win? Unfortunately, I did take Swayman. Sorry, I did in the fantasy. I'm watching the game with you guys tonight. I hope Allen wins tonight. I'll take the loss if that's what it comes down to, but I just made a guess for the fantasy thing. That's where it came out. Players to watch last 5 game on the Boston side. 7 points, Charlie Coyle. 3 goals. I think it's Craig Smith. 5 assists, Charlie Coyle, and a +6, Craig Smith. On the other side, Montreal, 7 points, Cole Caulfield. 5 goals, Cole Caulfield. 4 assists, Rem Pitlick, and a +5, Alex Romanov. Team leaders. Goals for Boston, Pasternak 33, Suzuki for Montreal 17 points. Pasternak for Boston 61, 46 for Suzuki for Montreal. Average time on ice, Boston, Charlie McAvoy 24-38. Montreal, Jeff Petrie 22-27. Wins, Linus Allmark 19 and Sam Montembeault 7. Habs scoring, Suzuki 46, as we just said. Cole Caulfield 30, working his way up. Arturi Lehkonen 29. He is now no longer here. Tyler Toffoli no longer here. Anderson 25. Mike Hoffman 23. Bruins, Pasternak. I looked at the 28 assists. What, 28? No, 61 points. Marchand 60. Bergeron, 45. Hall, 45. McAvoy, 40. And Charlie Coyle with 36 points. The bottom 5 of this league, Ottawa with 62 points, same as New Jersey. Arizona, 62 points. So they're still all tied up. Okay, no, that's not right. Let me look for a second. That's 44 and 5. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. That's games. Never mind. Ottawa 49 points, New Jersey 49, Arizona and Seattle both at 44. And bringing up the rear, Montreal with 43, just 1 point behind. But still in last place. Current line, Boston on the road. Away record 29 and 3. Montreal's home record. An improving 9-18-3 against each other the last 3 seasons. 5-1-0 for Boston. 1-5-0 for Montreal. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's your preview. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Something wrong with me today. Today? Somebody said that. Yeah, today. Whatever. I am crazy. Yes, I am. Where was I? Bloop, 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 bloop. Where am I? Wow. That's a lot of comments. Go down. That's what she said. Back at her, ABL. Yes, I am. I guess you're talking about Barron. Yeah, no, he's a lock. I get it. No, he's not here yet. Until he's here, he's not a lock, but I agree. Bob probably has the potential to be the best trio in Hughes Gordon at MSL and Habs history. I'm going to agree. I said it in a video already that, when we look back on the time of Gordon and Hughes, hiring Marty St. Louis might be just the best thing they did and all the good things I'm expecting them to do over the years. We may look back and say the best thing they did, or at least the first best thing they did easily, was hiring Marty St. Louis. I'm gonna stand by that. My top 5 Stanley Cup contenders couldn't tell you. Honestly, I couldn't tell you like that offhand. I'd have to look, and I don't follow everybody close enough. Savage, I hope Savard gets the Marty St. Louis effect. Yeah, we'll find out. My prediction is he'll play better. Maybe even shine. I said shine, but I said not so much for Marty, for David Savard. But I hope I'm right. BLs are Colorado, Tampa, Florida, Calgary, Pittsburgh. Sound good to me. Harry, I'd assume Dauphin draws into the lineup for Lehkonen. I guess Savard in for Kulak. Yeah, that's apparently Savard's in for Kulak, since he's apparently good to go, but we'll see. Could see Barron get a shot at the game this season too. That I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, but maybe. Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. Conservative lawyer, I thought that was yesterday or the day before. The anniversary of him becoming the first player to score 50 goals in 50 games. Are you sure it's today? I thought it was yesterday or the day, because I saw this online in the last 2 days. If it is, that's awesome. And it was against Boston, of all things. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason Boston's scheduled for tonight. The schedule maker saw that and said, "Oh, let's schedule Boston and Montreal tonight." Makes sense, and they do things like that sometimes. Possible core of Goulet, Mailloux, Harris, Barron, Struble, Romanov is insane. You're leaving out, depending on what your timeline is for that. But if it's 2-3 years down the road, yeah, okay, yeah. But for next season, I don't know. Mailloux wouldn't be here next season. Struble might not either. I think Goulet could, and I think now Barron will be. Bob's got 4-2 Boston. Marchand, first goal. Lucas, I'm facing you in the. You mean I'm going to be beating you in the pool this week? That's really the words you wanted to say, right? That is the words you wanted to say. And you said I just read it. You're prepared for that, but that is really how you should put it. I'm actually on a good roll. Knock wood, I didn't just jinx that. But I've been on a good roll the last few weeks, so I'm holding on to second overall points-wise. I won't for the regular season. Looks like I'm gonna finish third overall for the regular season, but that means I'll make the playoffs. And then the playoffs, it depends who wins the playoffs. So Habs Guru, who's kicking ass and taking names later, like he beat Matt 19-0 this week. 19-0. I'm going to try to remember to rub that into Matt when he's here during the next show. I was going to say something about it. It just gone. But this is it. He may be kicking ass in the regular season. Doesn't mean he's going to win the playoffs. So it's still kind of open. I have a chance to win this. I'm happy I picked in the middle of the pack. But now I'll give this. A lot of you guys that are in the pool aren't like taking it seriously at this point in the season and not really adjusting your lineups. Me and Guru are. And I take it probably Lucas is, but not too many of us are. So that's why our division is kicking ass. Our division has top 4. The other division, bottom 4. Anyway. He has 4 goals and 15 assists, 19 points. That's what I heard. And that was in 34 games. You got your numbers a little bit mixed up there? Because I just heard this. 34 games, 4 goals, 15 assists for Barron. Hey, Mary Jo. 4-3, and you Boston pizza. You can get pasta there, yes, but you gotta. That's in the U.S. I don't know that, and Canada. I don't know where you are that you'd get Boston. Oh, just joking. So you got 4-3 Boston. Pasternak with the first goal. Let me check Wiki for. Okay, you do that. See, I was right. It was a few days ago, but you're close. It's close. It was really close. $27. I got 32 on my board, but I don't know how old some of these comments are. Give a thumbs up if you're having a good time. Thumbs up if you like the deals that the Habs made today. And yeah, let's do that. Next season, Gouli, Harris, Romanov, and Barron will probably play. We'd then only need. Okay, I got it. We then only need 2 defensemen next season. Well, you got to figure Savard is here, and Edmondson. Who else, anyways? Who else is left? I don't even know anymore. Who else is left on D? Don't expect Weidman back. Who else we got on D? And then there, some of the prospects, the young guys like Sheneman, like that. But yeah. That's assuming if all those guys are all playing well, like Romanov will be here, but you don't know how they're playing next season. They're young. It depends. Hey, Massimo, man, it's been a while. You're not kidding. Great trade deadline for the Habs. I just want to add that I think Hughes did a great job with his first deadline. He did. Although Bergevin never actually had a pure seller deadline. I mean, maybe so, but it doesn't. My point being, I think more not disappointed in any way, whereas pretty much every trade deadline, I was like, they didn't do much. All the other teams got something. We got nothing. I always felt that way, so. Harry, no problem. It's allowed me to stay very nicely ahead of you. You're lucky that you're in a very weak division and leading it, so you get to stay ahead of me in the regular season. numbers, standings, but that could change in the playoffs. I forget how many we are in the playoffs, though. I don't remember. But right now, you're sitting in second, so you're okay because you'll make the playoffs just based on that. So you're good. Yeah, be nice though. I mean, like, yeah, fix up your team. Because you didn't do that, and I kicked your ass 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago I kicked your ass. Do. Will Lagesson play with us this season? Honestly, I know nothing about Lagesson. Enough. I don't know enough to say that, so I don't know. So I'm like you are, Lucas. We'll find out. Let's hope that Gouli, Harris, and Mailloux are in Laval next year. With all the draft picks and potential cap space available, the Habs can't forget the problems KK and Victor Mete in the NHL too soon. True. I think at worst, I mean, Gouli, Harris, Mailloux are in Laval next season. I think Mailloux, yeah, I think he stays there too for now. But Gouli, I think, gets a chance. Harris, too, I think, have a chance to play on Montreal next year. I feel that anyway. I think Gouli is a fast tracker to the NHL, and so I feel the same way for Harris. Harris is supposed to be NHL ready as it is, so plus he's older than Gouli. Quinn, I don't hate Mailloux. As long as Logan Mailloux stays on the right track and he does what he needs to do, I'm not going to hold this shit against him. I mean, it's not like he's a repeat offender. He did something bad. Yes, he did it once, paid the price, paying the price, will continue to pay the price. As long as he does all that stuff, I'm going to hate on the guy. I don't know him. I might meet him and say I don't really like the guy. That could be. But I'm not going to hate on him as a hockey player. I decided that. Besides, I mean, he could be here next year or the year after. I got to deal with that. So I can't be calling the game and just not mention his name when he's got the puck. I mean, I could call him, that kid's got it. But I mean, it's not like it's his third, fourth, fifth chance, right? So you got to give a guy a second chance. And I'm not saying what he did was good or anything like that, but man, it could have been a lot worse what he did. So we'll thank God for that. And if he stays on the right path, yeah, I believe in people changing. I'm a person who's changed in my life. So why, so as far as that, I've decided, yes, I will be okay with him unless he reoffends, I guess you want to say. Speaking of Mete, still with Ottawa. He won't be after the year, though. He'll have to find somewhere over the off season. Ottawa's not re-signing him. Yes, Hughes did say that. They're not looking at tanking and they're not worrying about the first pick overall. They're not making decisions based on that, which if they are, they're not going to say it. So I wouldn't expect him to say anything else. He's not going to admit it if they're trying to tank. So it doesn't matter. And listen, he's making good moves. He's doing his job. I don't care what he says on that. Do that. You're doing the right thing. I like where this team is going. Just be in the bottom 10 and you got as good a chance virtually as if you were lower down to get that first pick, and I'm good with that. I mean, if a guy can trade, if guy makes trades where he's always winning and he's making really good trades like that, and he's always winning, if that's his career here, We're going to be just fine with this guy. Did they add a 7th to the deal? The deal for Kulak was not completed till like just before I came on for this show, for the pregame. It was basically done, but it wasn't completed in his press conference. Hughes couldn't talk about it because of that fact. But it did get completed, so they got a 7th rounder out of it too. Like bonus. We have 2 7th rounders on the team this year that that made the team. So yeah, the 7th rounders could be good if you pick right. Conservative lawyer, yeah. Listen, where they are in the standings now, they don't have to worry about tanking or not tanking because they're not getting their way out. So it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, I mean, an A is fair. Lucas, it would be, but it might not happen. It's not a given, and it might not happen, and that's all. What can you do? So if they don't get it, I'm going to be disappointed, but I'm not worried. If they pick well, there's some really good prizes at the top of that first 10 picks. Excuse me. It's been a long day. This is a bit weak, this stuff I'm drinking. I got some real stuff. It'll keep me up for the game. I don't drink a lot of it, thank God, but I don't need a lot with the Monster. I'm tired. Unfortunately, I've been up since before 7 and working, and I was up till like 2 doing stuff so I wouldn't have to do that this morning and be rushed. And anyway, it's been a long day. Where are the violins? Somebody got playing a violin for me, please. Bob, no GM is going to say that exactly. So it doesn't really matter what he's saying about tanking or not tanking, right? It doesn't. Take it with a grain of salt. That's what I say, because he could just as easily be just not trying to tell you what they're actually doing, because they're not going to say it. And as far as players, coaches, well, they don't have that mindset really, unless they're told unless he's told, play this player, not that. Like otherwise, a coach is not going to ice a team that's not going to win, or not the best team he can ice. Let's put it that way, unless he's told to. That's what I think, anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to take off here because I got to feed my dog and my cats and get ready for the hangout. Matt should be joining us there at the hangout, unless he's at the game, but he didn't tell me. So he'll be joining us. And yeah, Eddie Johnson did what? Eddie Johnson tanked for Mario? Yeah, okay, different day and age, kind of. And did he say that they were going to tank for Mario? He might have admitted it after. Massimo, I don't think anybody came calling for Petrie. That's one of the reasons, and only if it was a deal that was going to work for Montreal. He tried to make it work for Petrie, but it had to work for Montreal as well. And that just didn't happen. All right, I'm taking off. Thanks for being here for this one. I'll be back in 15 minutes for the hangout. Hopefully you guys return. Please give a thumbs up on the way out if you had a good time. And that is it. So stay safe for that 15 minutes. As I always say, peace out, y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye, everybody.